Alright, making this video because I was listening in on some people today around my age talk about, where they are in life. And I quickly realized that they really had no idea the the state of the union is right now, the economic, the market in general. They were completely clueless. And I realized the vast majority of people are clueless. So this is my little plea to you guys to watch this video and to learn a little something, because the outlook is not good, and it amazes me that people are completely oblivious to all this. Okay, first off, probably the first things that you guys want to hear the most are people my age. Your student loans, right? Do not pay them off. If you watch the markets, first off, student loans are marked as a loss. As soon as the student loan agreement is made and the money is given to the university for said student, it's marked as a loss. So, what does that mean? That means that the loan company never expects you to fully pay it back. Okay, they just expect interest to accrue and accrue. And that is how they get money. Just over time, their mindset is that over time, that they will get more money just from the interest alone than from the actual loan itself, which is actually, for the most part, true. However, as you can see, as with the federal government was unable to stop federal loans from increasing, I think it's the 6.8%, and it was previously 3%. Why? Because the market is unable to pay back these loans. We, the American individuals, American people, are unable to pay back these loans. This is creating a bubble. And what happens in bubbles? The bubbles pop. So what's going to happen is that a vast majority of students are not going to be able to pay back their loans, and basically the loans are going to cease to be people are no longer going to be able to get loans, or the loans will increase, and this is including private loans. Private loans are going to increase to such a level that it will just be, it would, like, even an idiot would be like, no, I'm not going to do that. Alright, and what is that going to create? It's going to create a bubble, because it's going to create you see, this bubble, it affects a lot of things, because obviously for people who actually pay back their student loans, they're limited by what they could do. So instead of purchasing that magazine, my subscription, they have to spend on student loans. So that magazine market suffers because of this. Alright, so this bubble doesn't affects the vast majority of other bubbles. So don't buy it, because when the bubble, or don't pay back your loans, because when the bubble happens, the federal government is going to have to intervene, and then the federal government is simply, this is obviously hypothetical. This is most likely going to happen. The federal government will take these loans and take it under their belts, and it will be far easier to make repayment plans. So you'd have to be really stupid right now. Well, no, unless you are able to actually pay it off, and I would recommend you do that. But for the vast majority of Americans, it's currently like 12% of Americans are unable to pay back their loan. They're in default, and that number is increasing. I mean, honestly, it could be even more at this point, because definitely far more people are suffering and are unable to buy the magazine, as I said. So do not pay back your loans. Wait until the bubble crashes. Second thing I want to talk about, job opportunities. Well, this kind of goes back into the loan thing. Going to grad school, bad idea. Now, job market is not improving, no matter what they tell you. Okay, the only jobs that are rising in the United States are part-time jobs. Full-time jobs are in the down low, and I hate to say it, but because I'm actually a fan of Obamacare, but Obamacare is actually gonna bring that even lower. Okay, because obviously the government is not putting anything in place to actually stop these businesses from screwing us over. Okay, so going to grad school or doing anything and believing that it's actually going to get you a better opportunity is not going to. I mean, granted, sure, because based on my personal experience and based on what the market says, oh yeah, you have a master's degree, okay, you can get a $15 an hour job. I mean, when I would go to job interviews, I was competing for people with $15 for for a position, which for a master's degree, that's a joke. I mean, for a for a college degree, okay, that should be acceptable, but it's not. So the point is that only part-time jobs are rising. So again, this goes into you shouldn't pay it back because obviously there are more important things that you should be doing. For example, the market. Well, you should be bearish in your investments. So keep them. Don't spend money. Obviously, don't buy the most expensive things. I mean, I know a lot of these. Easiest example is cell phones. A lot of cell phones seem to be like, oh, very good deals, but they're actually really screw you over in the long term. Buying $0 down iPhone. It's a stupid idea for Verizon. It's a stupid thing. Don't do it. I had some other things. Okay. The US dollar. Again, the US dollar is going down. China and Japan, the two of the highest owners of US debt, are selling their debt at record pace because they understand that the dollar is going down. Why is the dollar going down? Quantitative easing. What is quantitative easing? Quantitative easing is when the government purchases bonds, basically floods the market with money, okay, and tries to control the market. And basically it does that, and it creates short-term stability, but long-term it is a very bad idea because again, inflation gets worse. And obviously, despite what Ben Bernanke says, it's true. It's becoming a reality. Now again, October is a very important month. Okay, two things are happening. Ben Bernanke is talking about tapering, which means ending quantitative easing, so actually stopping flooding the market. And the national debt ceiling is hit yet again. Okay, so first off, the national debt ceiling will be extended yet again because there is no solution to the problem. Second thing, tapering. There will be no tapering because yet again there is no solution to the problem. Okay, so they will continue to do quantitative easing and try to create short-term prosperity, which, I mean, things look all right now, but in long term this is not a very good thing. Okay, so this goes into US dollar. Now, your money, what you should be spending on instead of spending it on an iPhone or paying back your student loans. Okay, stock market. Really wouldn't recommend the stock market because it could crash any minute. I mean, honestly, could crash any minute. I'm not even joking about that. But if you do have to invest with the stock market, I would say invest in Asian market. Okay, I mean, I would even invest in the Chinese stock market. I wouldn't even go through the New York Stock Exchange and just purchase Asian bonds, whatever, through the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, in that regards, I have stock, and it is in the New York Stock Exchange, but it is Asian stocks, and I have seen profit from these stocks, to be honest with you. So it's a relatively good thing, but again, I do not recommend it. Actually, hard assets are actually on the rise yet again. Precious metals. If you look at the markets, gold and silver, or and copper, all these things, they are rising. Especially when 2008 happened, the value of gold and silver went up. It's ridiculous. So that's another good idea to do, because again, with the dollar going down, the dollar may go down, but the price of silver might go up. So you'll get more bang for your buck. So that's another good investment. One final thing that I have to say: Syria. Now, I don't think it's gonna happen because I don't think the Democrats are stupid enough. The Democrats are currently in the lead, or currently have more votes in Congress. But if it does, okay, yet again, what will they do? They will have to flood the markets to pay for the war effort. Okay, and God forbid that this actually does, and God forbid they hit a Russian, by accident, and then all hell will break loose. How will they pay for it? They don't have a solution, so they will flood the market yet again, and inflation will arise. Okay, so the point of this video is that you should honestly do not be spending your money saving up. Don't Also, take care of your health. Don't work part-time jobs trying to survive, trying to live by how society tells you, because guess what? Society does not care for you, and society will screw you over. So the most important thing you have right now is your health. Okay? Because if even with Obamacare, if you hurt yourself or whatever because you're working 3 jobs, and let me tell you, after the conversation I heard today, some people are actually trying this, and you hurt yourself because you're not taking care of your body, there's going to be hell to pay. Okay? So guys, please, I hope you watch this video, and I hope you take this seriously. Thank you, and I'm going to bed. Night.